Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. As always, thank you for joining me. If you could, hit that Patreon link down below. Go join our Patreon for here at the Big Ranch Show. Only asking $1 a month from my subscribers to maybe help keep the show afloat, keep the show going. And doing so, you're not supporting just the Big Ranch Show, but you're supporting another source of independent media here on the platform. But anyhow, let's get right to it. The other day, George H.W. Bush passed away. It was a very sad day, at least to me, because I thought he was a good president. There are a lot of things that he did that you may or may not have agreed with. But at the end of the day, he served this nation with honor and dignity. And I believe in death he deserves exactly the same thing. But unfortunately, via social media, I have seen a lot of disgusting things said about the man. Many people want to run him down because of his lack of support for the LGBTQ community. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know I have massive support for the LGBTQ community. If you watch my videos, there's a lot of support. But you also have to understand the day and time in which he was president. Not even Democrats were showing support for gay rights. And trans people forget even thinking about that. Back then, you had two parties who didn't give a damn about gay people, or bisexual people, or lesbians, or whatever. If you weren't cisgender, you weren't, white male, they didn't give two shits about you. Is it a good excuse? No, it's wrong. It should have never happened. It should have never been that way, but it was. So if you're going to call him out for his lack of support for the LGBTQ community, then you have to call out people like Hillary Clinton. You have to call out Bill Clinton. You've got to call out other Democratic politicians that you may support today. Only one that I can think of showed any support for the LGBT community. And that was Bernie Sanders. Because he'd been showing support for LGBT people, and people of color long before anybody else in the Democratic Party, or any other party for that matter, were standing up to support you. So to hate on one guy, as he's being laid to rest, to me, it's just not the time. There's no reason why we should not be celebrating the good he did, the good he accomplished, the things he did serving this country. From his time in World War II as a fighter pilot, who was shot down, by the way, to his time at the CIA, trying to keep, diplomacy around the world, going. How he led the U.S. as the Soviet Union fell. How he didn't go try and run up the score on them, didn't try to run them down for what happened to the Soviet Union. How he led with dignity and honor. One of the things that made him a one-term president was he turned his back on those on the far right wing that were demanding him to keep lowering taxes. And instead, he raised them. Why? Because the country needed it. The country needed the money. That's integrity right there. That's putting country first. He could have ridden those coattails of the success of Desert Storm into a second term. But he saw that the country needed something. That the country needed an inflow of cash. That the country was failing in the revenue department. So he risked his own job, his own political career, his own legacy to put the country back on fiscal sound footing. He's one of the last of what we refer to as the greatest generation. The generation that went and fought in war in World War II. He and millions others are the reason that we are still free today, that Europe is free. If you can't see all the good that this man did in his life, and you're going to let a few negatives overshadow a man who served this country with dignity and honor and respect and integrity, then I have no words for you. I just don't believe now is the time. Let the man be put to rest first. That is all I have to say. Let the man rest. It just sickens me, though, to see how some people are acting and treating this man like he was some evil person because he didn't support one group of people. Especially considering most of the people out there did not support that group of people. Bill Clinton did not support LGBT rights. Hillary Clinton did not support LGBT rights. Even as early as 2006, 2007, and 2008, Hillary Clinton did not support LGBT rights. Until 2009, Barack Obama did not support those rights either. As he said, he was evolving. But all I can say is much respect to George H.W. Bush, to the service you gave to this country, to the honor in which you served, the integrity you showed while in office, and the love you showed for this country. Fly high, sir.